What up, those sports fans? Welcome to another episode of AwwDacity Sports. Matter of fact, guess what, guys? We are actually on episode 50.
Woohoo!
We making some movement in here. Who'd have thought that?
Yeah, we got a milestone.
We
Let's go.
We hit milestone number 50. But guess what? I'm not here alone. I'm back. And I do mean I'm back with your guys' favorite, and I do mean favorite co-host for the show, Miss NikkiC, y'all.
What up, y'all?
And we're back to give you guys these hot topics. But before we start, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. I see y'all watching. But guess what? Help me out, guys. Just hit that like button. It's right down there somewhere.
Please subscribe.
Hit the button. It's free. Just hit the button for me. Appreciate you so much. Miss Nikki, what's first?
All right, so let's start this 50th show of AwwDacity Sports. And let's talk about the NBA and them Detroit Pistons.
Okay, you see I got the Pistons on today. I got my Cade on.
After putting BTA to the Brooklyn Nets, are you still standing on your early season prediction? Will the Pistons in 3 through 5 in the standings at the end of the season? But first thing first, go ahead and drop that song for us.
I appreciate it, because I was wondering if you was going to let me play the song today. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. The G-Mac Cash, man. He done told y'all. You know the Pistons won again. Look, how many times we got to tell y'all? Am I still going to stand on business and say they're going to land 3 through 5? I actually going to take it a step further. I believe they're going to land 2 through 5.
Oh, okay.
Right? And here's why. First of all, my boys ran through Brooklyn, right, which was totally expected, right? Mainly because Brooklyn really is soft right now. They ain't had a real team since they had Kyrie and KD and James Harden. And those guys really didn't get a chance to play together like they really needed to. But you're right. It was true BTA. And I'm watching what my Pistons doing, and right now they're number 1 in the East.
Let's go.
Right? Number 1 in the East. And that is over everybody's favorite Cleveland Cavaliers, the 76ers, and the Bucks. And ultimately, people thought the Knicks were going to be better than us. But guess what? The Knicks are 5-3, and we are 7-2. We're on a 5-game winning streak. To the point where a lot of that contribute, I will have to give to my dog, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Right? Ms. Nikki, I think you got some stats for them too, right?
Right. So for Cade Cunningham, for the last 5 games, he's got 34 points, 10 assists, 13 of 18 from the field. All right. That was just for 1 game. But he's averaging about between 21 to 34 points per game these last 5 games. So he's doing pretty well. As well as JD, my boy,
Baby Ben,
Jalen Duren. He too has been balling out these last 5 games. With the last game we played, he had 30 points, 11 rebounds, 79% from the field. So he averaged between 14 to 30 points per game for these last 5 games.
my boy balling out. Simple fact, did you see that? My boy had 22 points and 22 rebounds. My dog averaging a double-double.
Yeah, he did a double. He's averaging a double-double these last 5 games.
We finna ball.
Almost. Yeah, except 1.
Then I'm looking at Cade number. I think he's about averaging a double-double too. Very close to it in the assist.
Except 1.
So, I mean, again, we've come a long way, guys, from what our rebuild looked like. Because, again, when you think about what our rebuild started off with, we started out with Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, all of it. Everybody gone except Stewart.
Basically Killian Hayes.
Yeah, they
we were in trouble, right? And the only thing that stood through all of that is Stu. So shout out to the Pistons, man. Way to hold it down to the Brooklyn Nets. We actually played the seven. We were actually playing or getting ready to play the 76ers, depending on when this show's air, right? We will be playing the 76ers on I think today on 11/9.
Today at 7:30.
And so I'm definitely going to be front row center with that. Of course, you're going to see I got my Pistons gear on, so you know I'm going to be watching the game. Miss Nikki, what's next?
All right, so let's stay in the NBA and the alleged betting scandal that's being reported that former player and coach Damon Jones didn't have the bail money.
Wait, what?
He did not have the bail money.
Now, I know there's this saying that 60 to 80% of NBA players, right, who have played in the NBA after retirement by year 5, right, are broke, have no money.
You were a former player and coaching at the time that you were arrested, and you could not put up bail for yourself to the point to where mom and them had to put the house up.
Mama, I love you.
Mom and them had to put the house up to get you out of federal lockup.
See, this is why people should not get into shit that they don't want to deal with the repercussions at the end of it, right? And if my man really had to put the house up, mama's house up allegedly.
Yeah, mama's house had to go up. It's in the documents.
Is it already in the documents? Oh, my boy, you are going to be told. So that means either one or two things.
Oh, he done flipped.
Either you done flipped or you've already been CI.
Yeah, he flipped.
Allegedly.
He flipped.
Allegedly,
Yeah,
right? Because I don't want to get sued, but I'm going to go ahead and say allegedly. But if you already in the documents, my boy, you in trouble.
Yeah, he's pleading not guilty to these crimes. Yes.
We got you there. We got you telling people to bet on Milwaukee because LeBron James wasn't playing. It was all said in Pablo Torre's investigation. It showed through all that. Shout out to Pablo Torre.
But upon his release, his presser is saying that he is pleading not guilty. He is cooperating with the federal government, and that his bond release was contingent upon putting mom and them house up. How do you make the kind of money that you make per year doing what you do, and you don't have no bond? I could see if you was just like, an average person.
Now, you remember back in the day, the NBA that pay scale wasn't like that. I mean, again, when Damon Jones paid.
But still.
But he was definitely
But still.
I'm not going to say he was an okay, because okay means you're like up here still a little bit, right? Average is like right here, below average to trash. No, I mean, trash is down here. So I'm going to say he was like between leftover hot dog juice and trash water. He was right in there.
But if you scamming and bamming like they say you doing, like the Fed saying you doing, why you ain't got no money to bond yourself and you got to put mom and them house up?
Again, because when some people, when they get into these monies, again, when you look at Zion Williams, right? He got into money. What happened?
The girls came a calling.
Exactly. So we know one of the issues in the NBA is the women. Then you got the flashy cars, and then you got to have the jewelry.
Yeah,
right. You gotta have the drip. You gotta have the drip, or people are going to. It is what it is. It's a fashion statement, right? And I ain't knocking for us for having a drip because again, it's our thing. We supposed to have it, right? Mm-hmm. Diamonds come from the motherland. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
We like shiny stuff,
right? So we absolutely do like shiny stuff. So, but at the end of the day, right? One, I'm thinking the pay scales are different, so I'm trying to cut him a little bit of grace here, even though I don't want him to, right? But then he was also a coach, which means I got to take away that grace because you was making money. So there is no reason why you don't have a bank account unless you are one of them coaches from the movie Any Given Sunday, and you had, I think, for high price 304s that come to your room on road trips.
Yeah, you pay them to leave.
Expensively.
Right. But I mean, you got to beg mom and them to put their deed up.
Mama, I love you.
For you to get out of jail, but you scamming and bamming, and you just living reckless, period. You have no regard for money or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But now that the proverbial, how many minutes are we in?
Oh, you good.
The proverbial shit has hit the fan. You got to run the mama now to put the house up, put their house up. They work for that house. They paid their mortgage. I think he might have paid. You may have even paid the mortgage on mama and them house and paid it off, but it's theirs. But they got to put their house up.
What if he told them he had to put their house up because he paid for it? My boy diabolical.
Yeah.
God, dog.
Well, we're not saying that's alleged, but they did put the parents' house up.
Go look it up. It is in the document, in the paperwork, or how we got it out, right? That's why we're reporting on it, because somebody else reported on it, and we thought we should share with you guys. But at the end of the day, this dude is looking like the quite essential, he could have been in trouble.
I just want to know what he gonna tell the feds, because he finna be, he's informant number one. So he's gonna be
not CI number one.
He's gonna be talking. Yeah.
I mean, if you CI number one, you telling on everybody. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, nobody's off limits. He's pleading not guilty, and he's gonna be talking. So it's gonna be interesting.
But let's stick right there real quick. Can we just
is he gonna tell on his friend?
Who, the one who showed up to who did his press conference in the Clutch Sports sweater?
No, I'm talking about his supposedly best friend, his BFF,
Mr. LaFlop.
Yes. Is he gonna shield him?
He gonna do from everything he can, I believe. And if he don't, he'll be a dummy.
Yeah, because they're trying to give him 40 years in prison, and that's a death sentence.
But again, if I really hope he didn't feed any inside information or take any place.
Oh, he finna tell everything.
Because what they're already saying about my boy Chauncey, and we're getting off subject here, but still on the same subject. If we're talking about Chauncey, they want to strip Chauncey out of the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. So if they wanted to go that far for Chauncey Billups, right? Just imagine what they would do if these people, so-called king, was really enroped in this. There are going to be two things that's going to happen. There are going to be the LeBron honey glazers that's going to say, nope, that's fine. He didn't do nothing. Put him in anyway. But then there's going to be the real people like me who's going to say, F that, treat him the same way you treated Chauncey Billups.
We'll have to see. It's all in the paperwork. I like reading paperwork.
Well, keep up with that paperwork and let us know what's going on. Miss Nikki, what's next?
All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Okay. Let's talk about John Morant. Will Memphis keep the star point guard, or will he be traded? And if so, to who?
I think
I'd be wanting to choke, Josh. I swear to God.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Start.
Because if you have an issue with the team, you acting out. Let me just put it in 2 words. Grow up.
Oh wow.
Okay. Grow up. You're a businessman. You're in a business. You're in a business. You are the business. You are supposed to be playing for Memphis. And if you have an issue with coaching or with management, that is some stuff that quote unquote grown ups handle in a civil way, because it's a lot of money on the table. It's a lot of money involving with the team. It's a lot of money involving endorsements with you. You got to think about that. But then because you just so damn ignorant, again, you have no educational fortitude to understand and realize how you really be screwing yourself. The people that took your ass back 2 times among these gun charges and all the other bullshit that you have done. All right. So now you pissed off with your coach. Okay, that's for shit for you and the coaching staff. If y'all want to get in there after the game and go in the damn office and tear that motherfucker up, that's between y'all.
New coaching staff.
Right. Mm-hmm. Between y'all and the new coaching staff. And you could do it through them. But then just to go to the press and just be downright ignorant, then a motherfucker, you're not thinking about that shit. So that's why, yeah, you had those retired players coming out. Even Carmelo Anthony say, bruh, come on, man. There's a way to do these things, but but because they, how the children are, they young, they got money, they control, they pay things, they figure that,
I think they got money.
I make the money, I do what I want to do. But you can't do that because now you fucking up the money for all of us. In your selfishness or your moment of selfishness, you fucking up the money for everybody. So that's my point on Ja. As he just
in his quest to be NBA dumb boy.
Look, if he couldn't be my son, because I'd be choking the shit out of him right now.
As Kwame Brown would say. In his quest to be NBA dumb boy.
Dumb boy. Right. Shout out to Kwame Brown.
In the Bus Life channel. Here's my thing about Ja. Do I think he will be traded? I think so, right?
Oh yeah, he definitely wants.
Him and that new coaching staff is not getting along, so there's going to eventually have to be a change, right? And then in order to make this happen, right, in order to give him, for this thing to flow, you're going to have to trade him. Now the question is, to what team? Of course, there's a team that has plenty of cap space who ain't used nothing. But the question is, do they have the draft capital? I highly doubt it. That would have been Brooklyn. Now, we could send them to some place like Washington, of course, purgatory, right? If you really wanted to be disgusting, right, you could send them there. Utah is a team that has cap space, because they really didn't do anything with it. Or, of course, you can do the most dreaded thing of all things and the most diabolical things of all time. Send them to Charlotte, order the Pelicans, and just let it be. Just let it be. But I know for a fact, one, definitely don't send them to Detroit because we don't need them.
Yeah,
right?
We don't need.
I know people saying trade Jaden Ivey for Ja Morant, and initially I would have liked that to happen, but then I thought about how wild we are in the city of Detroit. We got more pew-pews than Memphis.
Hey, more pew-pews and more motor cars.
And I think that would be a bad fit for him, right? And again, I think we would really turn him out.
Really wild. You think Memphis turned him out?
I think we're really turning
Detroit would.
So I don't want that from the young man. So I want to send him someplace where it's safe and it's secure. And you know what? The Pelicans ain't even safe and secure. So that
New Orleans ain't no better.
So that just leaves exactly. So that just leaves one place: the damn Hornets.
Well, in Mecklenburg County, that's the county in North Carolina. They always on first 48 too.
Then we sending them where Agent Orange says that there's no problems at all. And that we know. And sorry, Ja, I didn't want to send you to purgatory over there, really. But it sounds like that's where you're going to land. And that's going to be the Washington Wizards. Because, they got the military walking around and it's safe to say.
I think that, from what I've been hearing, when they were, the Lakers was trying to talk to him, but he doesn't want to go to the Lakers because he doesn't want to play with your boy.
LeBron James?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, he wouldn't be playing with LeBron James because LeBron James would have to be part of the trade. But the other part about this is that this trade wouldn't work, and here's why. You already got Luka there. You got Austin Reeves there.
Yeah.
Now I get if you're gonna move Austin Reeves over to the back to the bench, but then you got ISO Luka who needs the ball in his hands, and then you got a point guard / shooting guard because Ja Morant can really do both, right? You're going to have him play next to Luka. It's going to be a bad fit.
Yeah.
So, in order for him to continue to be the man. You know what? I can see Atlanta, but again, Atlanta a hotbed for shit. I mean, this the capital of Ricos.
Hey,
I mean, I'm really trying to play some.
Rod Wade just caught one yesterday.
Exactly, and where Atlanta,
Fulton County, stay
out of Atlanta, man. I don't know. So the Wizards are looking like a good team.
Memphis could trade Ja for Clay, because they getting ready. But I think Klay Thompson is getting ready to retire.
So you think Ja Morant will fit well in Dallas? When Kyrie comes back, then what?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about him.
Houston's not going to work either.
Yep, that's not going to work either.
Spurs not going to work because they got Stephon Castle. Yeah. Tremendous guy, balling out.
And they balling right now, so they don't want to mess up their rhythm either. So,
I could see him in Orlando. But again, Orlando's hot. It's too many women down here for that. He'll lose his mind in Orlando. It's too many women. Florida's damn near sundress season all year round, so don't even start. Don't even start. Y'all know y'all can wear sundresses all year round because it's hot all year round.
Yeah, he'll lose his mind down here too.
So, again, where are we placing him? In the safest place that everybody say is the safest place to be. Washington. We done went all around with this. Guess what, my bro? Your ass is landed in Washington.
Yeah, that means you almost out the league.
Woo!
You went from being the face of the league
to the ass
end of the league.
Wow.
It's a sad fall.
That's a long fall.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
All right. So in the NFL rumor mill, the rumor has it that Kyler Murray is out of Arizona. Do you think Arizona will make a move for SheduerSanders? They need to. I want my baby out of there.
Do I think so? With Lil Feats being out of here, this is going to be interesting. That depends. That depends on if Shedeur gets any starts in these last few weeks. So I think we got 8 weeks left of the regular season left. If he gets any tick in those last 8 weeks, right? But if I was Arizona and I'm looking at the current quarterbacks that are in the NFL, I mean in college right now, which all of them to me look like trash, right? Because ain't none of them that's a freshman are coming out or really putting up or leading their team or producing anything that's fantastic for me. I would make this trade, and here's why. I would actually do a swap. I would actually trade Kyler Murray to Cleveland for SheduerSanders. You get a veteran quarterback back in Cleveland. Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he play a lot of games. But again, y'all not really trying to compete for that. Y'all got the tight ends there. You got the best defensive player in the game right now still there. So is it going to look like you're trying to do something pressing forward? Yes. Will this get you out of will this stop the fans from beating down the gates? It's going to hold them off just for a brief second, right? Because again, they probably really wanted Shedeur.
But the people of Cleveland, the people say, I'm a people person. I'm with we the people.
I get it.
We the people say they want Shedeur to stay in Cleveland and to start in Cleveland.
I get it.
If Shedeur is not starting in Cleveland, they will stop coming to these games.
And I want to see him do it, right? Because they say they're going to stop coming, but how many of them really going to stop coming? Is the stadium really going to be empty? And you got to remember, when Cleveland was really bad and they wore the brown paper bags over their head, guess what? There were still fans in the stands. Why?
Yeah.
Because the tickets are freaking $20.
Exactly. But now that you got the potential and people is on, you already know what they on. We don't even have to go.
I get it.
We don't even have to rehash that.
Mm-hmm.
But the people say they want Shedeur to stay there and they want him to play there and they want to see him play.
Mm-hmm.
And with Kyler Murray, you ever thought about them trading him, trading Kyler Murray for Jackson Dart, the one that's starting
at the New York Whites?
No. I'm talking about what's the quarterback for Cleveland right now?
Dillon Gabriel?
Dillon Gabriel.
No. Dillon Gabriel is a project that nobody really wants to touch. The only person who wants to touch that is the current fool who has him, Kevin Stefanski. Right? Let him have his boy because, again, he the only one, for some strange reason, believe in Oregon Duck quarterbacks. And, again, history has shown that there is one quarterback that's been okay from Oregon. Again, he's still mediocre, and we can't define what his career is going to look like, and that's been Justin Hubert. Right? He has phenomenal games. He tears it up since he's been in the league. But then we see he have games where he's just like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, he be struggling. Mm-hmm.
So, no, I don't see him making a trade for Justin Hubert or on that side.
You mean Dillon?
Dillon Gabriel. But I can see them making a trade for Anthony Richardson.
Oh, from Indy?
Absolutely. He's young. He's great talent. Then you got to think you're pairing him up with a young who I think could be a potential Hall of Famer one day, right? Because of what his daddy did. We're talking about Myron Harrison Jr. Whoever goes to Arizona is going to have some already decent wide receivers over there. So the question is, do you want a vet or do you want a rookie? You already got the rookie. I mean, Marvin Harrison's only in his second year.
And that's clearly up to Arizona. So
it's going to be up to Arizona, right? So I agree. If I am Arizona, your best shot is either Anthony Richardson or SheduerSanders. Because, again, I don't think...
I'm with the people in Cleveland. Leave Shedeur there. Because
so you're saying
Dillon gonna send Anthony because we just waiting for the shoe to drop.
Well, Dillon is the shoe to drop.
We the people just waiting on the other shoe to drop. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you're right. Again, Dillon is the other shoe to drop because the first shoe was when they traded Uncle Joe Flacco up the block to Cincinnati. That was the first shoe. The second shoe was Dillon.
Well, we finna kick the shoebox out. That's what we waiting on. Moving on. If Arizona is letting go of Kyler, what is wrong with Miami?
The head coach.
And they want to stay with Tua as their franchise quarterback when he getting his bell rung every Sunday between the hours of 1 and 4.
So for all my Miami fans, I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. And I know this is going to suck when I say this, but I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to keep it the truth with you. Because this is what we do here in AwwDacity Sports. Y'all ain't playing for shit, which means y'all don't really want to win.
Right.
Y'all really don't want to win. Y'all just there to be fans. Because did you see the last game when Tua was getting ready to throw, it was getting ready to be the end of the half. And instead of just chucking a Hail Mary, which he was about to, he just laid down and took the sack. The entire stadium booed this man at home. The fans don't trust this man. The only person that trusts him is Mike McDaniel. So guess what? I've been wrong to the wrong team. I've been being mean to the wrong team. I've been mad at the New York Whites.
Not the New York Whites.
Sorry, Giants fans. I've been watching my boy Chisel the Dynasty. My bad.
Not
the New York Giants. Whites. And when I really should be mad at the damn Miami Dolphins.
Because they are, I mean, you got Waddle there. Basically, what's your boy?
Dude, they literally had a track meet
Yeah.
For an offensive
line. Yeah.
Not the offensive line, but for the entire offense, from wide receiver to running back.
Yeah.
You literally had a 4x4 track meet.
Yeah, you had a 4x4 team. And they prided themselves on that. But you couldn't do shit with it.
Because of this dude.
Because of the quarterback. All that fucking speed. One of them then tore up his goddamn ACL. He gone. Tyreek Hill.
So I know, Giants fans, to my family, look, y'all can leave it in the comments. My bad. I've been mad at the wrong team. Let me divert my attention to the real team that really needs all this hate right now, and that's the Miami Dolphins. So again, I know I got a couple Miami fans that be watching, so I'm gonna go ahead and call them out right now. Stephanie, your team sucks. Right? Because there's no way y'all should still have a coach and Mike McDaniel. No, you should have Tua as your quarterback. I mean, God dog, dude, we seen mass trades that happen in the trade deadline. We even seen players being benched. What's the real deal in Miami? Again, Mike McDaniel, Mr. Miami Vice himself.
Well, if you know anything about Miami politics, you keep messing up. The streets be needing a body.
I mean, I understand.
The streets be needing a body. You may be gone.
Now, if you're Mike McDaniel, right, you got to look at this from. Okay, let's look at this from Mike McDaniel's point of view, right? You got Tua as your starting quarterback. Then you got to think what's sitting behind Tua, right? You got Zach Wilson, the former Jets quarterback. We seen how that played out. Trash. Complete trash. And then you got Quinn Ewers, who is a rookie who got drafted out of Texas, who they pushed out of Texas to start Archie Manning.
They have nowhere to go but into free agency, and they missed that. That was last Thursday.
No, what's going to happen is they're going to end up back into doggone in the draft, and they're going to end up drafting another quarterback, which ain't going to be no good, right? So again, Mike McDaniels is a true problem here. I think it's going to be if Mike McDaniel don't get let go this year, consider it, bank on it the following season, right? Miss Nikki, what's next?
Head coach Aaron Glenn says he was in lockstep with the GM in the trading of Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams.
So,
That's what he said.
He lying.
He just said it.
I'm gonna call it he lying. I'm sorry, coach.
That's what they said.
You know what? I mess with Aaron Glenn, but here's my problem, right? You were in lockstep with trading the best defensive tackle, one of the best defensive tackles in the game, and definitely one of the best cornerbacks. And as a cornerback who played for the Jets, so you know Sauce Gardner is that guy. And you traded him to Indy. Okay, so let's talk about what they got in return, because Quinnen went to Dallas, right?
He went from trash can to trash can.
Quinnen went to Dallas, and Sauce went to Indy. So
he the only one won out of his trade.
The Jets got this in return. So they already had a 2026 first round pick themselves, right? That they own. So that means they picked up a first round pick from Indy, which means Indy is looking good, which means this first round pick is probably going to be a pretty low one, right? We'll say somewhere between 15 and 22, right? Then they already own their second round pick. They own their own second round pick in 2026. And then they get Dallas's second round pick. Well, that one might be high because Dallas's season is already over. Yeah. So you can expect that season to be.
They're already eliminated.
Right. But then this is where it gets interesting, right? In 2027, again, the New York Jets own their own pick in 2027, but then they get Dallas's and Indiana's first round pick. I'm questioning if coach is going to be there that long to spend these three first round draft picks.
Yeah, that's a whole.
I mean, they're saying that his job is
2 years away,
but that's a lot, right? And again, I understand the rebuild, but giving up Sauce Gardner, right, and not having a corner to help stop all these plays, this is why they can't win games. And again, and the reason why you're not winning games, it isn't because of Sauce Gardner. Let's be factual. It's because of Justin Fields. It's because your offensive coordinator can't call plays. It's because Justin Fields is not a quarterback. He is a backup. This man is a damn practice squad quarterback. He's moonlighting as an NFL quarterback. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. And I feel that way because, again, we all know what happens with Ohio State quarterbacks. Trash. So I hear Aaron Glenn say he was in lockstep with the GM, but lockstep my ass. This sounds like BS. I want to know if he's going to be there to see the spend these 3 first round picks, or if they use them in any of these upcoming picks. So in 2026, they start out the 2026 draft with 4 picks in the first round. Good to see it. But before we go on to the next topic, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you already hit that notification bell, do me a favor. Unselected and select it again. So that way you guys make sure you get all the notifications every time we upload the show. We appreciate you guys so much. Ms. Nikki, what's next?
All right. So on to college football, Norfolk State loses 8 straight games. Should we be shocked?
Only reason why we are truly talking about Norfolk State and these 8 losses that they have is because their coach is Michael Vick. If Michael Vick was not sitting there as their head coach, when was the last time anybody in these streets talked about Norfolk State losing 8 games?
Until now.
Look, they even making a big deal about the game where him and Deshaun Jackson played against each other.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a couple weeks ago.
But when you really look at Norfolk State roster, I think they got some of the most. And I'm not shading none of these players, but I think everybody that's on their roster is a 1-star or below. And that's very hard to do.
And this is also his inaugural season. I mean, this is his first season coaching.
I mean, even Deion had a better recruiting pitch than what's going on in Norfolk State when he first got there. But again, you're 1-9 in the MEAC. Listen here. Norfolk State has lost to Townsend. The only team they did beat was Virginia State.
They got up for that one because that's an interstate and they won in
overtime. Right? They got blew out by Rutgers 60-10. They lost by
Rutgers. That was a money grab. That was probably a
they
TV
lost by
game.
3 to Sacred Heart. Lost 13-18 to Wagner. Lost 41-34 to Hamilton. 31-14 to Warford. 51-20 to South Carolina. 27-20 to Delaware State, and lost 31-28 to North Carolina Central.
He just got to get his recruiting together.
With Morgan State and Howard left. Only 2 games he got left.
Yeah, those are but it probably already had homecoming. So
the problem is, and like you said, there's no excitement, there's no recruiting there.
Yeah, he just had to get his recruitment together.
And this is just sad to me because when I'm looking at how these players are migrating to things, and again, maybe Norfolk State needs to find out how to get some of that NIL money to work, right? Because again, I see folks going to these schools and making money. I see folks go to Colorado and make money because again, it's prime. But when I'm looking at the Norfolk State, I don't see that. I just felt like, oh, yep, I'm gonna go over here because this is the only place that offered me a scholarship.
Yeah, because
it was so last minute, right? That's what I feel would happen.
Yeah, like I said, I just think he just went with the players that he had previously or from the previous year, and I guess he tried to do something or tried something with them, and it's just his inaugural year. He got another crack at it next year. Hopefully he recruits better, get better players, and try to build that program up.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats from the Delaware State game. The running back from Norfolk State, right, had 5 carries for 30 yards. It wasn't a blowout. The score was 27-20. How do you get 5 carries for 30 yards? That's either piss poor coaching or you're just a crappy running back. I'm sorry. Because the quarterback threw for 311 yards. He went 22 for 34, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. So the quarterback is pretty decent.
Yeah, it may be the running back. But like again, you working with the talent you was left with.
Again, maybe these kids might have not grew up watching Michael Vick and they don't know no better. They just know all the hype about Prime. But if I am, and again, I respect what Prime's doing and how he handles our kids. But if I have a chance to send my kid to go off to college, I'm also looking at Norfolk State too. I can't take them off the map because again, I know what Michael Vick was, and again, if I play as a quarterback, I'm definitely thinking about.
Yeah, he just has to input his own structure in there. Like I said, the inaugural season of him coaching, yeah, they going 1-9 or 1-12 or whatever. I'm gonna just chuck these other two because he got Morgan State and Howard. Or just chuck them over there to the L column too.
Them to the L already?
Yeah, so he just needs to recruit better, and I'm pretty sure that game will improve.
I mean, in 2024, they won 4 games. Norfolk State. Now, again, Vic wasn't there, but they won 4 games.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, and he's still dealing with the players that he had in 2024.
Let's see what happened in 2023. In 2023, they won 3 games. Why are we complaining about this one game that my boy?
Because it's Michael Vick.
Okay. All right. Let's go back one more year. 2022. They won 2 games. Norfolk State, y'all act like y'all been winning games your whole career, man. Yeah.
I don't understand why the school just thought because Michael Vick was coaching that it would just do an automatic turnaround and it's going to be, y'all going to have this winning season.
It's Michael Vick.
But they have to understand the reality of rebuilding. I mean, I do, and they should have had.
It's not rebuilding. What happens is this. You're in a small school at a small program, right? Look what's happening at University of North Carolina with Bill Belichick. Because it's Bill Belichick, he has a name, but the school has a name. The money is there. Ain't no money in Norfolk State. Period. So, of course, you're not seeing these players go there. Because, again, went back another year in 2021. So far, that's been their best season, and they went on a 6-game win streak after losing the first 2.
I'm just trying not to knock the HBCU down because these schools are struggling due to this present administration. I don't want to go there, but they got to work with what they got. Look, some of them kids are just going to school and they're playing football for the scholarship. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the simple fact that Bleacher Report is putting out an article about this that says Norfolk State loses 8 straight drops.
Yeah, they just did that to gash Michael Vick.
Who cares? You wouldn't be talking about them. Matter of fact, are y'all talking about Delaware State with Deshaun Jackson over there? No, you're not. Like this is this trolling mess. Like, so what? We know what the problem is, and I just told you. There's no NIL money there. There's nobody there that's more than a 1 or 2 star recruit. So that means you're getting all of the lower players. Nobody's transferring there, right? It's like, again, I don't understand why, but he needs to turn up that shine like Deion does.
But that's because Deion's school has money for him to do that at Colorado.
What happened in Jackson State?
See, he had to put his own money into Jackson State.
Oh, that's right. My boy got credit problems.
He had to put his own money into Jackson State.
I forgot my boy got credit problems. My bad.
Okay, so
my bad.
Again,
I'm not like talking about your baby daddy, but
I'm not gonna drag Michael Vick. I just want him to do better next year, and he got to talk to Norfolk State. They gotta pump up their recruiting.
You know what he should do? Go grab those kids that are wanting to leave out of the Big Ten, right? That are transferring all through the Big Ten, right? Who they're sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm going and I'm leaving the Big Ten because I'm not getting the starting job, right? Go grab some of them.
But again, you have to convince you don't know what those kids in the Big Ten, if they got NIL deals. Norfolk State ain't got kind of goddamn money.
You want to win? I'm Mike Vick. No, I'm Michael Vick. Let me get it right.
You got to understand these kids ain't with that. They know they get that NIL deal money. They want to take that money with them, and Norfolk State does not have it, and you know that. So this is out of a love thing to me for Michael Vick for Norfolk State. So again, shout out Michael Vick.
He gonna have to find some decent donors, or my man gonna have to put in some money either way. But I just don't like.
He may have to invest in that program himself financially.
That they're making a big deal about him losing 8 straight and going 1-9. Because again, I wasn't talking about nobody.
Bleacher Report like can be haters. Period.
When Norfolk State was dropping game after game after game. Miss Nikki, what's next?
All right. So in college basketball, Syracuse guard Cayenne Anthony, son of Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony, shows out in his first college start. He finished with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. And I was sitting up there like a proud auntie watching him do
it. So in 2 games, Cayenne Anthony is averaging 29 minutes, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, half a steal a game. 0 turnovers, which is great, and shooting 66, basically 67% from the field, 38%, rounding up 38% from the free throw line, which we got to pump that up dramatically. But then shooting about 43% from 3. So those are great numbers, right? And what's interesting is the first game he came off the bench, right? And I think he put up 19 points in that first game. And then in the second game,
because he played last night.
And he put up the same 19 points. Hold on, I'm going to the Birmingham game right now so I can see what happened there.
Well, I just want to shout out Carmelo Anthony and Lala Anthony for doing an excellent job co-parenting this young man, because y'all making him do it the right way.
Oh, absolutely.
I really applaud them for doing that, and y'all have done a beautiful job with Cayenne. He's a very mannerable young man. I watched him do his pressers. Very impressive. He can speak and talk on his own. And I'm pretty sure his mama and his daddy went over him with that. And I just want to say, just shout out to both of them for just being great co-parents with Cayenne.
Absolutely. So in his first game against the Bremerton Bearcats, he put up 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, right? Great stat line for the first game in college basketball, right? Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm going to mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't think Bronny James ever put up 19 points in his career at USC.
Ever.
right? Just I don't think he did it, right? But let's go ahead and go over to let's go ahead and look at the box score from. Oh, you said 19-3-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, watching his game, he's doing everything that needs to be happening. He can read what's going on the floor. He's not standing in the corner. He knows when to drive. He knows when to pass. Right? He's not afraid to take some contact. So if you asking AwwDacity Sports right now, can Cayenne Anthony play in the NBA? Yes.
Hell yeah, he could play.
But I would like for him to
play in front of Bronny.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. He'll definitely take Bronny James starting drop to the point where they had to get rid of Bronny James. I would like to see Cayenne do 2 years at Syracuse. I don't want him to be a one and done in college.
Right. I want
There's so much talent that he can still develop right here, and he can develop his college game into. And a lot of his game is already complete. It's just getting that experience, right? You don't have to rush to get into the NBA, right? Your dad's not rushing you. Nobody's putting no pressure on you, right? So go ahead and enjoy your college experience. Right. You know what will be dope? What will make this story even sweeter?
Carmelo did it because look, we was broke, struggling, and we trying to get out the hood, period.
You know what will make this story even sweeter? If Cayenne stays all 4 years.
That'd be wonderful.
Right,
wonderful.
Wins a national championship with Syracuse. Right, takes them to the Final Four or
that's something Bronny ain't do.
Something that Bronny James didn't do. This is how you're supposed to do it, right? And the good thing, we can't say we have another baby Nepo in the NBA because guess what? This young man did it right.
He earned it.
You know what? Let me slide. You know what? I don't have to slide over to the Arizona side because I already know what happened. Bryce James is getting no time over there.
0 points.
0 points, 0 minutes. Because why? Because the boy is boo-boo. So, but I bet you one thing, you'll probably hear Bronny and his daddy say, Bryce can ball. Well, we already told you guys. When people started talking about Bryce can ball, we told you. That was a ruse. Don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
We're already telling you guys. Don't believe this bullshit.
And people are already scouting Bryce, and this is why things are being reported because, you know, we were fooled once before when
I wasn't fooled.
We were fooled once before with Bronny.
Who was fooled?
And now he's now he has a guaranteed contract with the Lakers because of his daddy.
Who was fooled? Because I wasn't fooled. I knew that boy sucked. When you're not the first, second, third option on your team.
And that's terrible. Now he had a good not just to bring Bronny up. He had a good game last night. He did. He kind of knew where he was at last night. But what about all the nights before?
You know why he probably had a good night last night? Because they probably made him sit down and watch some tape finally, right? And say, look, this person is not guarding you. Drive to the basket. Because you notice everybody who play defenses on him, they're 2 steps off of him.
Yeah, trying to guard. Yeah, they don't even consider him, and that's what's crazy.
So what are we talking about here? This dude is
But we were talking about Cayenne.
But anyway, Cayenne is going to be the man. I would like for him, like I said, do at least 1 more year. But again, to sweeten the pot, I would love for him to do all 4 years at Syracuse. But again, I understand it, right? You're going to say, you know what, Dad? I feel like I did all I can do with college because I'm pretty sure that's how that conversation is going to go. And if Melo gives his okay, he's going to say, you know what, son? If you feel that way, do what you need to do. Now I'm going to step back, really, right? Because again, I'm going to be in attendance. But again, it's difference between being a high school and a college coaching dad, right? You know, from the side versus NBA, your son being in the NBA, and you don't want it to seem like it's being he got there off of your credibility and not his own.
Correct.
So I think you'll see a full dial back again. I've seen other players that are in the league who have kids in the league. Their kids take that parent took that step back. Tim Hardaway Jr. did. Tim Hardaway did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see him take that full step back. You see him. Oh, my son needs to get into the league, right?
He had to earn his way in.
Didn't happen,
Tim Jr.
That didn't happen with Steph or Stephen, right? That didn't happen with Clay either. Right?
Yeah, they all had to earn their way into the league.
They all earned it. So I think Cayenne is going to come in super polished. I can't wait to see what happens for him. I am following the Syracuse this basketball season. They are 2-0. I can't wait for Marshmallows to see if they get in this year and see how far they go. Because if they truly put in the work and they get in there and they get to Elite 8,
oh yeah,
it's going to cause some real questions and say, okay, do I stay another year or do I go ahead and bounce? Again, I want to see him stay.
I do too. I rather see him stay two years or even just finish his whole 4 years and then get drafted, because then he'll have his degree. That education comes first. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he'll have his degree. Plus, he won't have a problem being drafted at all.
I don't think so either.
All right, so we're going to move on to this last topic. So, if this ain't a 3-ring circus,
burning.
Let's move on to the boxing and this Jake Paul and Gervonta TankDavis fight that was scheduled to be on Netflix, but is now canceled due to allegations of Davis now having domestic charges. But the real reason has surfaced as to why the fight was canceled.
Okay.
And you want to know why?
I'm listening.
Okay, because the real reason, we all know. Now, let me go ahead. I'm going to give my take and then I'm going to let you have it. We all know Gervonta been out here beating ass for years. He's been in and out of jail for years doing this. And I'm not condoning domestic violence because I don't play that, and I'm not condoning it. But we know he got a hand problem when it comes to the women. So he been in and out of jail for that for years. And they never stopped him. And with a big money fight, he was there. True. Look, he was there with them charges, still on the paperwork.
That's true.
Still in the file, still active.
That's true.
He was still in the paperwork. Okay. So, he got put up on some charges last week for domestic violence. He got a hand problem again with another girl. Okay. So, there's nothing new to us. So now, Jake Paul now says, oh, well, since he has this domestic violence charge and I'm a big advocate for women, I'm just not going to do the fight. No, nigga, you didn't do the fight because you didn't make the weight.
At 194? What? He fight at a heavyweight anyway. So he couldn't drop down to 194?
You did not make the weight that was on the contract, nigga, and you had to forfeit this fight because you did not make the weight. It wasn't about Gervonta touching on no woman. It wasn't even about that. Boxing, they've dealt with that before. Mm-hmm. It's because you did not lose the weight. And then you went out there and you gaslighted the people and put it on Gervonta. If I'm Gervonta Davis, I wouldn't fuck with him ever again. Go ahead.
Wow, you ain't messing with him at all? Okay. No,
I wouldn't care how much money
that was compacted.
Netflix is trying to offer me when this nigga then slandered me, because my name, Gervonta TankDavis, is a business. Yeah, I got a problem. Yeah, I got a hand problem. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's my problem. But on everything else, I was ready for this fight. So, mm-hmm. I mean, it's nothing that my lawyer can't solve. We still could have did this fight. It's because of your lack of discipline that you couldn't lose the weight, fat boy.
Damn.
And you violated the damn contract.
Well, I think the problem...
Say that. Tell that.
I knew there was going to be an issue when I think I seen a report that Jake Paul started running his mouth and saying he wanted to double down and put some money on that he wouldn't be KO'd by a certain round or some mess like that. And I was like, oh, the fix is in already.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? Because I felt like there was no need to even come out and say that or throw that out there. But then I looked at this as it wasn't a real fight in the first damn place, right? Tank is a real boxer. We know if Tank hits you for real, it's gonna hurt.
I'm just trying to understand why Tank is ducking, as the kids say, ducking Rick on Lamont Roach, because Lamont Roach
fought.
need that.
Well, because they fought already. Now, do the rematch need to happen? Yes. But let me circle back.
That's a money fight too.
I get it. But let me circle back to
and that's a belt fight.
Now, that's why I felt like there was something up with this fight. Do I agree with DV? No. Do we all know that Tank has had DV issues?
Oh, yes.
It's been documented all through the news. You can Google it right now. And
almost every other fight, charges, he got a DV charge.
It isn't like, just like you said, it isn't like Jake Paul didn't know. This is Jake Paul being a bitch and using his complexion, for a lack of a better spot.
Privilege.
Right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want people to feel like, you don't want to lose a certain group of fans. But I see right through that bullshit. Right? Because if you truly felt that way about Tank, you wouldn't have never signed on the dotted line in the first place.
There you go. You wanted Tank to bring the tickets.
Yeah, exactly. You needed Tank to bring these tickets, to bring the fans, to make it look like you, for the very first fucking time, Jake, fought a boxer that was real. Now, I understand you fought a heavyweight and you supposed to have fought Tyson Fury's brother. Yeah. But Tyson Fury's brother isn't at the
caliber.
Magnitude.
Yeah, he's not a caliber boxer.
We know when Tank hits you, we've seen it. It is debilitating. It really hurts. So if I'm looking at the fight, and I wanted to watch the fight, even though I said I wasn't going to fight it, I was going to watch it to see if Tank was really throwing shots at you for real. Because if you don't walk up out of there bruised at all, then this is exactly what we know about you, Jake. You're a fake fighter.
Well, it's not a quote unquote fight. It's an exhibition.
But again, he's calling himself a boxer, but then now at the same time, the WBC gave this motherfucker rank. Which means...
Oh, he paid for that. Come on now.
Which means now you're saying you're a boxer.
He paid for that.
So if you're going to box, then let's just say, then let's just see what a real boxing match looks like. Let's not call it no exhibition. Because now you're asking Tank to pull his punches.
Well, they're calling it an exhibition because it's not a...
What happened to Tank last fight? Did he knock him out? Did Tank knock him out? Yes.
No, he didn't. You talking about Roach?
No, not Roach, but the fight before.
He probably did.
Yes, he did.
After the last fight, no.
Not Lamont, no, but the fight before. He knocked him out. Well, I want to say it was Rolly Romero or somebody.
Yeah, because Rolly said if he want to still do the fight, if that at the time that was the excuse that it was on Gervonta. Rolly said he would do the fight. Ray Garcia said he wanted to do the fight, but De La Hoya said, you fight on Danzig, nigga.
Yeah, Ray. Oscar's a hater.
We not breaking no contracts,
Oscar
bro.
stopping all things in the process. Oscar said, "It's my way." Oh, no way, and I ain't.
Yeah, so I mean, Jay, you a bitch ass nigga for literally trying to blame Gervonta when it's you, my nigga, is the real reason why they not fighting with your fat ass. You can't even make weight,
and
fat
then,
boy.
At the time where he was, again, he's in the heavyweight division. So, and I think the last fight he was at 220, 230 or something like that.
But still, you still got to be within that.
194. So we're talking about.
You set the contract.
We're talking about 24, 26 pounds.
Yeah, but you had all year to do that, and you couldn't lose them 26 pounds. You couldn't even Ozempic it.
No, that would be cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating, but still, it's an exhibition. So what's the difference?
Still, you still got to go through the.
But the fact of the matter is, fat boy, you didn't do it. You breached your contract because your fat ass was not disciplined enough to lose the weight.
I want Tank to come here and shed some light on this, man. And if Tank, if you hear me, dog, be honest with us, dog. Tell us what really happened, because again, I'm on your side and I believe what we saying over here is right. Right? Jay couldn't make the weight at 194. That's what I believe. I truly believe that. So, all right, guys, that is our last topic. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. This is your boy J2DaR signing out for AwwDacity Sports, and I am here with your favorite co-host, Miss NikkiC.
All right, y'all.
And we'll catch you guys at the next episode.
Peace.